Hey you guys, welcome back to Ugh, You're So Good. Today's episode is part 2 of our conversation with iconic musical director, Rickey Minor.
So good. How did you do it? How did you do it? You're so good.
What talent do you have that people might not know about? Or what do you think's your greatest talent other than music?
Yeah, it's like everyone, like you're famous, obviously. You're known for being this phenomenal musician, this musical director. But what is it that you actually think is the reason for your success? Like what is in you that's actually led you here?
Yeah, I think that when I look forward and look back and see the full scope, it's really to, and I think it's for all of us, and it's a matter of whenever you get to it, but I think that our purpose, and mine especially, is to inspire and be inspired. So I'm looking daily for things that inspire me, be it music, be it book, art, sunset,
right.
because there are those things, and we have to make time for ourselves. And I think that that's kind of what I'm doing more. So I don't know if it's a talent, but I do believe that the next generation, they need us. They don't need a hand out, they need a hand up. And so if we reach in and say we're here, just that. There's a comfort in that. It's almost like a Linus blanket where, I know that, like these kids said to me last night, Mr. Minor, when you come, it just shows that that if someone like you can care about me, then I'm worth, I'm worth love. And there are two things that I believe that we all need: work and love. And if you're missing one of those components, then there's a need to
Fill something.
to fill it with something. So be it drugs, alcohol, bling, a fancy car, something to make me feel loved, because I don't really feel the love deep inside, and I'm missing some things. And we're all, none of us are whole, and that's okay, because you need room to fill up.
Yeah. I feel like sometimes when people aren't loving their work, they need extra love, and if they aren't feeling love, they work more. It's like you're always trying to fill a void.
And that's exactly it. That's what I'm saying. And in some cases, you don't get the love at home, you don't get the love at work, either as a child or an adult. You can be in a relationship where it's business and it's not love, and that doesn't mean that the person's not capable of love. It's just not there, and there's no blame in it at all.
Right.
It's just and so, certain relationships are meant to end, and that's okay. I mean, I don't have the same friends I had from the day I was born. It just doesn't really happen that much. Unless you stay in the small town. But if you go out and see the world, and you're meant to meet different people and feel different energy, and it's important.
Yeah. Wow. This is great. You're just killing it. This is exactly what we want in the podcast.
The podcast is all about inspiration and work ethic and learning.
And vibrating high.
But it's also about fun.
All right, you guys, it's time for my sweet angel of a boyfriend / our mixologist on the show, Mark Manio, to make a drink.
Time for a drink. Made by Scott's boyfriend. Time to get wasted.
And so we have one component that's Mark's main moment, which we just do every episode, where we guess what drink our guest would be.
Wow.
And I feel like we nailed it. I had a feeling you were going to be
nailed
very
it. I think we nailed it.
Okay, so we were thinking you were like a fancy aged fine red wine. If you want it. If you don't drink it.
You don't have to drink it.
So I'll have some.
So I didn't really start drinking until I was about 45 or somewhere around there.
Whoa.
Because I came from a family of alcohol, drugs, and all that was around me in there. So I never wanted it. It's not that I'm against anyone doing what they do, but I never tried it. But I was in Italy and working with an Italian artist for 3 months. And and you have to have this wine with this meal. It makes the food taste different.
Right.
So I'm eating the food, and then I drink a little wine. I'm like, whoa, the food just like it became
flavor,
it became like 3D. Like I was like, whoa,
Oh my God.
what? It's like
You're drinking for the right reasons.
Yeah.
so the one drink that I drink is red wine.
No way.
I don't.
Oh my gosh.
I don't drink any hard liquor. I don't drink any. I
wine.
just don't. But
Thank you, baby.
I'm red wine.
Yes. Well, you don't have to drink it all, but we guessed our reason behind it was we were texting about it, and I was like, I think we need to get a really actually nice wine because I feel like he's someone who can smell a fake and he knows authenticity.
We got a nice one. I mean, nicer.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you so much
Cheers.
for doing
Red
this.
wine. Hey, so maybe you guys can like. So tell me my future. I mean, you guys can.
I know, we have.
So what else is going on? What else am I doing?
Bright things in your future.
Bright things.
Very bright.
Hey, bright moments. That's what we always say. What I would say to the band. If someone said anything that was negative to someone else, like, hey, bright moments.
Yeah.
Bright moments. I'm going to use
moments.
that.
I love that.
Put that in the back
Bright moments.
pocket.
I love
bright
that.
moments.
Oh, we got another fun thing. Today's Rozzi's birthday.
It
you
is
guys.
my birthday.
Not when this airs, but
Yeah,
today when
the
we're
day we
recording
record
it. It's her birthday, and I got you a present.
You did?
Yeah.
Well, and you took out time to be with me.
Oh
I mean,
my God,
I'm gonna
of
cry.
course. Are you kidding?
I'm gonna cry. Now I'm
This is
gonna.
Honey,
good
I
birthday
came from the
present.
studio. I have been working all day,
Working.
but I love to work.
She wakes
my
up
God.
at 6 a.m. doing Soul
Yeah.
Cycle.
Oh my God, Scott.
You're
you
welcome.
angel.
6
Should I
a.m.
open
Soul
it on
Cycle?
air?
Yeah.
I did 6 a.m.
Superstar.
because I was
Superstar.
Yeah,
On her
she's-
birthday too.
She's the hardest
On her
working
birthday.
person ever.
There's a few
Guys,
components to it.
Oh my God, there's
so-
like 12 presents in here. Should I open it right now?
Definitely, for sure.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. You're such an angel.
Yeah, no,
Okay, it's flaxseed. This is amazing.
A girl's got to have a flaxseed.
I have to
Yeah.
explain this. Is the rest of the same theme?
There's more.
So Scott and I met at USC. We're old friends, right?
Right.
And he was my background singer before the Grammys. Oh my God, Barley, I'm gonna kill you. This is hilarious. And so he came and stayed at my house, and I'm from San Francisco, and my mom is a full hippie.
Right.
And he's
and
like,
I'm from Arlington.
Yeah, he's
I grew up on Taco Bell and McDonald's and like,
Right.
and so he's like, do you have any snacks? I was like, eat whatever you want.
oh, here's the pantry. Feel
Whatever you
free.
want. And he opens the pantry and he's like, all you have is like quinoa and flax seeds.
And barley. And I was like, who are you people?
Oh my God, crunchy kale. I'm in heaven. Oh.
And then I actually got you a gift. That's
You're
like the
such
real
an
gift.
This is so fucking funny.
We were like,
to me.
what does Rozzi love? And then we both were like, healthy food.
Wait.
So it's a Whole Foods gift card.
Gift card.
That's what I'm talking about.
Favorite. That is so cute.
No, but then
of
I was
you.
like searching, to end the story, I was searching through her fridge and I found grapes. And I was like, oh, I don't have to starve here.
Sorry, I'm so healthy.
Well, listen, you and I will get along just fine.
Yeah. Red wine and quinoa. You
Come
and
on.
me. Yeah.
I don't play.
Thank you guys. That's so
Of course, happy
sweet.
birthday. Should we do the 3 questions now?
Yeah, let's do our 3 questions.
Okay, so we asked the same 3 questions to every guest. First one being, what is success to you?
Success is easy. Success is doing what you love and making a living doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't mean that you're famous or rich or any of that. Your success is loving what you do and being able to provide for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and authentically loving it too,
Yeah.
just feeling
Yeah.
fulfilled every day.
Yeah.
Right.
It is so simple.
It's simple.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, beautiful. That was lovely. Our second question is, what would you tell yourself at your lowest?
Corny. It's kind of corny, but
Oh, we love
love
corny,
corny.
here.
when I was younger, I would repeat, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, today is the present, so stay present.
Oh, I love
I love that.
I love that. It's like it's almost prayer-like. It's like
It is.
meditative. It calms
Yeah.
you down. It's a
Yeah.
nice affirmation.
And I've had this because I'm always been kind of speedy and I'm always thinking, what's next? And I'm planning ahead. And sometimes recently I've been saying this thing, just one thing at a time. That's my little meditation. One thing at a time. Because I've noticed like sometimes I miss the most beautiful moments. When you're so focused on the future, you're so focused on where am I going, what's next, what do I have to do tomorrow, how do I get where I want to go, goals, all that stuff, which can be very useful. I've missed some like just really magical, beautiful moments. So I'm like one thing at a time.
And like for me now, it's more that was then my younger self. That's what I do. But now mine is this, just to meditate on releasing and letting go of doubt, worry, and fear. So because it can really cripple you, and you're ready for it, or else you wouldn't have got the call.
Right.
Like you're ready for it. Don't. I'm like during the Oscars, I was like, this is my first time doing it, but I've done like tons of shows. And it's music again. It's 12 notes.
Yeah, 12 notes.
It's not it's not rocket science. It's not brain science. And if it were a math equation, then I was like, okay, I got you.
I was actually going to just ask, sorry not to disrupt our 3 questions, but do you still, or have you at all ever gotten like really nervous is there any job that's been like scary for you, or?
No, they all have challenges, and I'd be lying if I said I go in and it's just a breeze. It's never a breeze.
Yeah.
And if you want to be your best self, because I don't really compare. I don't never think of myself as better than anyone or someone better than, and that's kind of playground stuff. But my best self, if I want to be my best self, it takes a lot of focus and a lot of hard work. Do I ever think I'm prepared totally? I'll never be prepared totally. But I work hard, and then I'm going to make the decisions just like any athlete. You're on the field. When game happens, all things are off, even your plans. Your best plans go away. So it's averages. I try to keep the band and keep everyone focused to shoot for 98%. Something realistic. Don't go crazy. And we nailed everything, because some of the things I wanted to play, it wasn't that good anyway. But what I played was great because I was in the moment.
Totally.
I stopped thinking about it.
So you have like crazy good leadership skills too. You must, to be running the Oscars band. And
but I can feel it. Like you have a nice
it's
energy.
The calmness. A leader has to be calm.
It's something. And what you learn, again, we talked about these earlier, the extraordinary moments or extraordinary moments and teachable moments. I've learned from everyone I've met and talked to and watched, and learned what things worked, what things I wouldn't do that way. And I learned that. And one of the things I learned from all of the conductors that I've worked under is they all have different styles. And I had to find mine that works for me. Some work, really heavy-handed, and some are screamers, yellers, some are high stressed. And you can feel the energy of the band kind of tightening up a little bit. So for me, I thought the music suffered from it. Not that the person was a bad person, but the music suffered. And I think that if we let the music be the star, then we're good. I don't need to be the star. I don't need to. And I said to the orchestra this year, I thanked them all before the show for making this a great moment for me in my life. But the fact is that it could be anyone standing up here. The music that's made is collective. It's not me.
Right.
And it's not whoever's standing here. It's how we collectively come and make this moment, this day, the best day ever. The best performance that you're going to make today, this is it. And so let the music, feel the music, love it, and let's
make
happy.
magic.
And let's let the magic happen. It's here. It's in the room. These Oscar-nominated folks, there's some magic in this room. So let's just tap into that and let's ride it. Ride the wave. Don't make them.
Ooh, I love Ride
so
the Wave,
many one-liners.
I know.
I want to tweet half these quotes.
Okay, so our last question.
This is another one of those episodes where it's like, okay.
We always get stressed about it because whenever we have like really wise, just like enlightened guests, we feel crazy. But part of our friendship is we love
to gossip. We just like to talk about the latest
tea. So we
tea.
just wanted to ask you if you can tell us any gossip.
I can start because mine's not very negative.
Oh, you have gossip? Okay, great.
Yeah. As we've gotten older, the gossip's been more positive.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I'm just going to name drop you guys. I got to hug Michelle Obama. And it's one of the moments. It's a milestone for me.
That's great gossip.
We randomly got to sing for her. And then she gave this motherly hug. And she was kind of similar to you in that she was just like, let's inspire these kids. And she's just so like eloquent and elegant and intelligent and kind and compassionate. And I was just like, oh my God, I miss you.
Yeah. So the T is Michelle Obama is exactly what I expected her to be.
Exactly.
That's the T.
That's the T. Oh, I have a question. That's kind of based on this.
Yeah.
Who's like the hardest person you've ever had to work for? We can bleep names. Or what's an example?
Well, I think it's challenging. I think that when you have both extremes, a new artist who has found quick success.
Oh, and thinks they have to act like that.
Yeah, and they have a whole team around them, and it's all this. I'm becoming a household name. I need to be a diva.
Right.
And then there are cases where you realize that that same artist has some challenges, emotional challenges, and maybe may be suffering from depression, bipolar, and these things. And so I think that I look at the challenging ones are my favorite.
Oh wow!
Because there's a
positive way to look at it.
There's a lesson to learn there, and I've had artists break down at rehearsals, break down on stage. I've had artists who are so kind, and then they flip the script all in the same day, and so you wonder like, well, what's happening? So, but what the lesson there for me is that we're not so different, and we all wear our insecurities differently.
Yes.
Totally. We cope with them very differently. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that there are some that are hard in that way. There are some that I've worked with where the managers had a little side thing going, side hustle, and they needed cash in the green bag, and those kind of stories of especially the older artists, the kind of artists of the period of Ray Charles or Aretha or that era. But I do find it disheartening sometimes when a lot of the new artists are apathetic. And it's not that they don't know. What's concerning for me is they don't want to know.
Interesting.
They don't want to know.
Yeah.
So I've had artists who maybe there was a tribute to a legend, and it's like, oh, I don't know those songs. I did a show with Stevie Wonder where he was honored for Billboard Awards Century, and and it was 18 acts on, and they were all tracks, and he was the only one live, and I heard some teenage kids walking, and they were naming everybody, Katy Perry and Justin Bieber's here and Taylor Swift's and blah, and they were going all the names, and one little girl said, yeah, and Stevie Wonder's here, and another girl says, Stevie Wonder, who's that?
Oh, wow. Blasphemy.
And then the other girl said, oh, he's the blind guy, that shakes his head back and forth and go like this,
Yeah.
And so it's not that was bad on their case. They're not exposed to it, and it's not important. So history needs to be important, not just music history, but history. We can't go forward until we understand where we've been.
Yeah, that's in all areas.
Yeah, I'm saying in all areas. And so for me, the hard thing is dealing with the apathy, because it's hard for me to find someone who doesn't care enough to do a little back work. I'm not saying you need to understand the history of the world, but understand, where you come from and who you are, and maybe if there's someone, if there's something you don't like or someone you don't like, that just means that you don't know enough.
Right.
Yeah,
you really don't know enough about them, but you don't know enough
Yeah.
about where their story is.
Right.
You can't make a judgment on someone and not understand their story.
Totally.
I have one question that's kind of related, which is you've just done so many amazing things, and you've worked with so many, just like the most household name artists in the world.
Shows, everything, yeah.
Like, are there any specific moments, any specific nights, shows, interactions that just really stand out to you as like, of all those incredible interactions? Like
Where you felt the most present. Where when you get
anything
teary-eyed.
I was, as I'm always reflecting, I'm always like my morning meditation, and I kind of just quiet myself down. But I think that if I had to pick, the one moment would probably be the national anthem for Whitney, because it was a hard fought one for her, and it was hard that it was different and it was changed, and people just don't like change, you know,
Like
because-
Especially
fighting
with the national anthem.
Like with the Super Bowl or whatever, like they didn't want her to change it up.
They didn't want to
Wow.
change it, and she was following. You know, I mean, we talked about it, about how to do it, but you know, there was a lot of trust, and I think that that's the key for me in all the relationships with artists is trust.
Yeah.
Like that they really feel that I care about the end product for them, and I want this moment to be its own moment.
Yeah.
And so I believe that moment kind of was pivotal for both of us.
Yeah.
And we didn't know. I was, by then I was 32 or 33 and she was like 28, 29. And so
Yeah.
we didn't know. It was just another thing on the calendar.
Right.
Oh, we got to do she's got the national anthem to do that. Oh, and we have a big tour. Oh, and we have an HBO special
Right.
coming as well, and blah, 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 you know.
You didn't
So
know.
it was just filling the calendar and making sure things were done. But it was her fondest moment, and she says that it is the one thing where she knew that she was home.
Wow, and then it ended up being pivotal for American culture.
Yes.
That's like one of the most talked about.
I don't
performances of
know
all
if
time.
anyone out there hasn't seen it, but if you haven't seen Whitney sing the national anthem of the Super Bowl, it's one of the best performances I've
I
ever seen in my
revisit
life.
it a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so special.
It is very
But
special.
you don't know. I mean, but I think that's for all of us. Like, you don't know. The
Yeah.
magic is happening always. What is the most magical? Who's to say? I mean, it's maybe, you know, but you to say this is magical for me.
Right.
And that's, I think, that we have to do is just really focus on the positive and how to make things better. And try to be compassionate for those who are really struggling.
Yeah.
You know, with I mean, some, like I said, they're missing something. It's the work, the love.
Yeah, the
You know,
feeling of worthiness.
they're feeling unworthy, and there's self-doubt that we all face.
We all feel that.
I shouldn't, like,
Yeah.
like, I mean, you know, when I got the call for the Oscar, I'm like, and they said, you know, so they want to hire you. I said, okay, so what's next? I mean, like, do I come in for an interview or something? It's like, no.
You go do it.
No, they said, no, you just say yes.
Fake it
you know,
till you
and
make it.
Yeah, but that's been, you know, it was. I mean, because I got the call. I was on a flight, and they sent an email saying, hey, we need your reel right away, and I was like. And I never have my Wi-Fi on plane. I mean, I never do. I just I zone out and I put on some music and I kind of just chill. But this time I decided to have Wi-Fi on, like the only time. And that email came
Universe
like, we
moment.
need it right away. And I was like, well, I don't have a reel.
Yeah.
And so I said, I'll try to put something together. We put something together. And anyway, and so when I landed is when I got the call saying, we want you to do it. I'm like, okay, so you come in. Is how many people are you looking at? I mean, is it 20 people being interviewed? I don't know. You know, I don't know the process because everyone has their own process.
Right.
And I never think so big of myself that, you know, of course you want me. Ta, ta, ta.
Yeah.
You know, that's ridiculous. I mean, there's millions of people that can do it, and I'm not the only one. It just happens to be what your choice is.
Yeah.
And there were many before, and there'll be a whole bunch after.
Oh, well, congrats on all of that.
You're just wow. That was
Cheers again.
congrats. Yeah.
I want to rock right now.
That was-
Hit it.
Yes. Thank you so
Congrats
much.
on your beautiful new daughter. And oh, man.
I'm doing big things.
You're doing big
You
things.
are. Your Taurus daughter.
Yeah.
She and I are gonna. Just
Yes,
be
and we're both
stubborn
Virgos,
together.
by the way. I'm September 17th.
Oh, so
Yeah,
there we go.
you know what I'm saying.
There it all makes sense.
Yeah. And, ouch. Ooh, clap back.
Well, thanks again for doing this.
Guys.
Thank you so much. It's just so much
I
fun.
had a ball. Hey, so when do we get together again? I mean, just for the wine, even.
Yay!
We're down always when I get back from my 2-month tour.
Oh my God.
Coolio.
Definitely.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you guys. Keep listening. Bye.